ECSI fans, you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all your sports books and track all your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You could also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as it's the best account on the platform. Head to App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire and download the app.
2,000 years long, we will never settle. Hard days, no way, with a heavy metal. No time, no fail, won't stop here. Like a torch to a flame when it burns hot. We won't stop, come on, baby, higher.
Good morning, sports fans from all around the globe. I am the host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and it's that time of the morning, the week, cornflakes and crack. Super Bowl week, February 3rd, Monday, headliner Super Sunday, just 6 days away. Mahomes versus Barkley for a three-peat. Shout out to our proud sponsors and partnerships. It's WagerWire. Head on over to Google Play. Download that app. It is free. Viva Tequila Seltzer. 6 flavors in all. 2 new flavors, lemon. And the East Coast is cuckoo for coconut. Atlanta Steaks and Seafood. Jump on over to Facebook. Introduce yourself to Terry while you are there. Head on over to atlantasteaksandseafood.com. Promo code SHRIMP. That's right, SHRIMP. Place an order, get a free 2-pound bag of shrimp, the big 1620s, great surf and turf shrimp cocktail for your Super Bowl party, however you want to cook them up. They're there. Tell Terry ECSI sent you. I was talking to Billy backstage a year ago today. I was in Vegas, Radio Row. Was able to catch up to Billy there. A crazy, fanatic, high-paced week, and as Billy said, it should be there every year. This year, I am in Cape Cod, Mass. We got about 3-4 inches of snow. It's been a while since we've had plowable snow, but as Billy says, it should be in Vegas every year, and I do agree with that. So without further ado, let's bring in the star of this show, Mr. Bill Krackomberger himself. Morning, Billy.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good. The week off before the Super Bowl, now we have Super Bowl week, Radio Row, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's talking to you backstage. Listen, I love football. I know in our lanes, football is king, for corporate America. This is where they make their millions and billions of dollars. But next Sunday at around 10:25-ish, someone's going to be holding the trophies. We're going to know what color the Gatorade is. The confetti's coming down. Who's the Super Bowl MVP? Then we can breathe. It's almost like, can we get the game going, Billy?
It's exciting. It's an exciting time of the year for everybody involved, and it's exciting for me being a sports bettor. I want to just tell you something. I have never been more in tune to the NFL than this year. And what I mean by that is, up until I started doing my Fox show, which is an NFL-based show, I was a sports bettor where I didn't really know each and every individual backup and player. And now I know them all. You have to for the media that I'm involved in. But from a sports betting standpoint, I said it on Action on Showtime, and people, got mad at me. I said, I probably know 15 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Well, I didn't have to know it. All I had to know was what my screen said, what the number was. Where now I'm more in tune, so I'm a little bit burnt out from the season from doing a lot of different shows, a lot of different hits. However, believe it or not, I'm gonna miss the NFL. I'm gonna miss the NFL. I love the NFL. Um, Even though I grew up with baseball and boxing, by the way, I went to a big boxing match here the other night. We had some big fights in town here, but I love baseball, boxing, but the NFL I'm actually gonna miss this year. So I'm not looking forward to NBA and college basketball and like everyone else, March Madness. It doesn't have the allure that the NFL does week in and week out. And yeah, so and to be honest with you, the betting opportunities here in Vegas, living here in Vegas, I'm very fortunate that I have these sports books that may dangle some low hanging fruit on day of the game. Normally, my bets are done Monday morning, early Monday morning, and into Tuesday, and then prop bets come up during the week. It's much different than it was years ago, but yeah, it's. I'm excited for the game, though. I am, and I'm probably going to watch it right here in my office alone, which is fine with me. It's tough to watch games with everyone around screaming and yelling, going crazy, but they're having a good time. I get it. It's a big week for Vegas. It's a big week for anywhere that you're watching games, and there's sports betting nationwide now. So it's like I said, and it's funny. This particular type of game, when you have a total of 49, which means there's going to be lots of scoring, it's supposed to be at least six touchdowns. This will be a week that I'll be doing a lot of betting more towards game time, which people might be shocked to hear because normally you do a lot of early betting. Matter of fact, what any pro does is they usually look for their situations on overs early in the week when the lines come up. Actually, this past week, Thursday, Friday, Thursday Westgate opened. Friday, a couple of the books put them up. Saturday, the Win and some of the other books put their player props up. Believe it or not, like Boyd, which is Coast Properties, they put them up, but they weren't bettable on you couldn't go to the counter and bet them. You could only bet them on the app or, but they had some great lines. They had some mistakes. They had some bad lines. They had, in the first minute and 30 seconds, will either team score? And I'm sorry, it was the first minute. Will either team score? It was like minus $1.50. It was just way wrong in the first minute. So there is a lot of lines. I don't know who put their lines up, but there is a lot of opportunities with them too. They said they're opening them up Monday, and I'll go there today and see if I'm allowed to bet. I don't even know. Some of these places, they fear when I come in. They overly fear. It's stupid, actually. They shouldn't even. It's not the way they should actually book. They should book, with someone that comes in and wants to bet $500 or $1,000. Book that, move the line, over move, get your customer on the other side of the line. But instead, they'd rather just hire like an organ grinding monkey that can literally someone with no skills at all, just to follow the screen, and they just move based on a Pinnacle or Chris or Circa moving. They're told just to move, just press the button and move the line on air without taking a bet. That's the state of the industry today in many forms.
I wanted to ask your opinion. Obviously you've been in Vegas for a long, long time. A lot of sports books have changed because of the times, because of the app betting. I like to bring up the Circa with Jeffrey Benson. We talk a lot about the South Point with Chris Andrews, Jimmy Vaccaro, and then my backdrop today is at the Westgate with Mr. Murray. Take the props, for instance. I know Thursday Westgate opened up. I'm not sure exactly when South Point. I saw what Jeffrey Benson did. Are they all unique in their own way, or is it just looking like, I'm not saying these guys are copy and pasting each other. I'm not saying that, like the DraftKings, FanDuel, and most of the others. But did you see any uniqueness when you looked at the circuit to the Westgate to the South Point?
It's different for a pro now than what it was before these sports books came to the country. And what I mean by that is normally they would have a lottery at the Westgate, and they would be the first ones in town open. I think years ago it was on a Tuesday, the week before. Now it's on a Thursday, where we lined up. There was about 20 of us there. We got in line, made our bets. You're allowed to make 2 bets, go to the front of the line, and then you have to literally circle back and go to the back of the line. You're allowed to get 2 bets in again. So it's different because the FanDuels, DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars, they put their lines up literally the night of the championship games when the Super Bowl teams were decided on that Sunday. They start putting their props up. By Monday morning, they have all their props up. So now, and I'm not saying this happens, but the sports books here in Vegas, they have eyeballs on what the lines are at those 4 sports books, those prop lines. So now, if I'm a sports book director, and let's say I see Mahomes, all right? I see Mahomes rushing attempts, and it's put up at those 4 sports books at 6.5. Well, I was going to put up probably 7.5, but now I see it's 6.5 there, and all I have to put up is 6.5. I can copy off them. And I gave a bad example, actually. Let me put up yards. Yards by Mahomes, 240 yards. And I see it there. Are these sports books 240, 241, 242? Well, I think he's going to get 250. I was going to put up 250, me being a sports book in town. Well, the highest one I see is 242 now. I could put up 245 and still get that under money rather than put up the 250 and a guy like Bill Krackomberger come in and pounce you on that under. I don't have to put that up anymore at 250 because they're going to bet me under 245 because that's the best line in the market. So that's why I don't like all these other sports books putting the line. It hurts guys like me. However, you said uniqueness. Yes. Here, I got the Westgate in front of me. Well, yeah, when someone puts up literally, you've been here, you know what goes on. This is 50 pages of NFL props, 50. So when I see 50 pages, this is the Westgate. Of course, I'm going to find some lines. I'm actually shocked how many bets I made that night. I figured I was going to make maybe 2 or 3. I think I bet 9 bets 2 times each. So I had to go back on line, back on line, back on line. And one I really liked. I think I bet 1 3 times. So I was surprised how many bets I made that night. In other words, they're going to come up with some unique lines. Absolutely, they did. I got to give them guys the credit. They came up and they sit around all those guys and they had like this team meeting, this team powwow, and come up with every single prop. It's great. It's great. I love the Westgate, and they treat their customers right. South Point, same thing. That South Point, unbelievably this year, South Point had their lines up on player props before Westgate. I couldn't believe it. They had them up in the daytime, Thursday afternoon. Westgate put them up Thursday night. I think Circa put them up Friday. Wynn put them up Saturday. And here we are. We're ready, and they're taking some big bets on props. They don't fool around. They're taking 3,000 Westgate on their app right now on player props. Unbelievable.
Are you where we are today, February 3rd, 2025? Go back to when PASPA passed back in 18. The evolution of sports gambling. I don't know, 41 states or something to that effect are now legal. I'm in Massachusetts, where they initially allowed 11 licenses, which I don't think they ever filled, or they initially filled, which again, they don't have 11 live apps up there. If you're not DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars, you need not apply because you're just getting the plankton and the table scraps. And you realize real soon, I can't survive unless it's a lost leader and you're killing it in other states. It's not worth your while. You're talking about props. You're talking about 50 pages from the Westgate. Are you surprised we've come this far? I mean, there's nothing that we can't wager on, Billy.
Yeah, no, we I think this all started from what I hear. This all started with the refrigerator Perry scoring a touchdown, so many years ago. And look what we've done. We've turned this into a big opportunity. People come out here and they love the boards of props, and it's unlike almost anything else. This is really the Super Bowl. Rather than just betting a side and total, there's not a big event like this betting event, wagering event, that you can have so many unique opportunities, different type of bets, and just some crazy type of cross sport bets. And they'll put up, will Tiger Woods have more birdies than someone's completed passes or something, someone's receptions and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's a fun weekend. People come to town, they get crazy, and then we have a lull, a little bit of a lull. I don't know if there is any lulls in Las Vegas anymore. I swear, if you see these places on the weekend, you would say, no way, this is just a regular cold, windy weekend in Vegas. But we've had a pretty cold winter so far.
Shout out to Richard Poplis, best Monday morning show on YouTube. Jeff, great guest with Mr. Billy K. Shout out to Emil and Danny, Port Alberni, British Columbia. Love you guys for all the trust and support.
Thank you, guys.
You brought up Richard, the refrigerator Perry. That was against my Patriots. Bury the Bears, 85. That is correct. That's when the real props started. You brought up a great point. The cross sports. Good friend and colleague, Mr. Ron Marmolewski, was on last night with Brady Cannon and Adam Kaufman on Sports Grid, and they were talking about the cross pollination of these props. We're talking about golf and the waste management this weekend. You'll talk about NBA games. Will Jason Tatum score more points this week on Sunday than the Kansas City Chiefs will score in the Super Bowl? As the week progresses, do you start to look down those avenues, Billy?
I really don't look at much of them. I'm on their page now. Who will have more? Like Matsuyama, the golfer that won the Masters a couple of years ago. Matsuyama, 4th round score versus A.J. Brown receiving yards. That's about even. Cade Cunningham points versus Patrick Mahomes completions. If you follow these particular games of the basketball games, the golf, and see, if you're in tune with it more, I don't bet any of these things. Very rare. Hornets and Pistons, first half points versus Saquon Barkley rushing yards. I mean, they have some fun. I don't even know. Some of these are so crazy. They're the Phoenix Open winning score minus 15.5 strokes against Patrick Mahomes gross passing yards. I mean, let me tell you, I got to give them credit though. They're taking $3,000 on these things, by the way, $3,000 over at the Westgate. I don't really look at a lot of those particular things. The comparison props. The only one I bet when I was there, I bet Pacheco minus. That was over. I'm saying that's not even really a comparison. That's just player versus player. Pacheco over Gainwell, I think it was minus 8.5, and someone bet it right ahead of me. So it actually was 10.5. Who would have more yards? I believe that was the prop anyway. Boy, there's been so many of them. Boy, I tell you, I actually, I don't know. I'm going crazy. To be honest with you, it's a crazy week. I didn't think I was going to have so much action early in the week. I was pretty surprised that I bet the amount of props that I bet so far. I didn't think I was going to bet so many tickets over at Westgate when they opened up. I didn't think I was going to bet so many tickets at South Point. South Point, I bet 8 max bet tickets the first day when they came up. Again, I was thinking I was going to do a lot of my bet, which I'm going to. I'm going to bet against the marquee players game time. Hopefully Sunday after my Fox show, I'll be able to be pounding them. And it's just tough. You have to go online. You have to battle the tourists now. So And yeah, that prop was Pacheco minus 8.5 yards over Gainwell. That's gone now, but that was one of the ones they had at the Westgate up to 12.5. Which I still think. I don't think Gainwell is going to get. He may get one carry if he even gets that. I think Pacheco is going to get a couple more than him. So I'm figuring he's going to get some more yards. But like I said, most of my I'm going to be betting against some anti-Barkley bets. I think Kansas City's going to be ready for him. If they're focusing on him, according to our beat reporter, according to our follower that follows the beat reporters. So I'm looking to bet against Barkley, maybe even against Kelsey. I'm not positive yet because he has, he has a history of rising to the occasion in this type of spotlight. Now, I had under last week. I gave out under almost everywhere last week on him, and he wasn't really part of the game. But that's because maybe they're double teaming him and focusing on him. This particular week is the Super Bowl time. He shines. You got the best coach in the world, Andy Reid. You have got a quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, and the ideal outcome for me would be the Chiefs to win the game by 1 point. I know it's tough. It's a real tough thing to do, but you never know. Maybe the game goes to overtime, and the Eagles score first, and KC goes down the field. They score and go for 2, and maybe we win by 1. We'll see what happens. That's an ideal outcome for me. I have a couple futures on Kansas City. I also bet Kansas City pick them for the game, but I hedged a little bit, which I normally don't do because it's a big week. It's a big week, some big futures. So I actually hedged a little bit with some Eagles bets.
Shout out to Amber Holly, says good morning to Jeff and Bill. Before we ask the final question of this week, I have to ask you this. The dust settles, the game's over. Football is 24/7, 365. Now everyone's going to focus as they get ready for the draft. Maybe a couple guys move here and there. Over-unders, you talked about it a couple shows ago. A few years back, you went down to Florida and they were, oh my God, they're right in front of your eyes. What does Billy do as soon as the final gun? Do you breathe? Do you take a few minutes to enjoy the season, or are you right back at it to say, is anyone dropping something that this number's way off?
Are you referring to what do I do after Super Bowl or during the Super Bowl? I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
After the Super Bowl.
No, I'm going to take a little break though. To be honest with you, I'm still betting some of my NBA props and some college games, but I'm looking forward. Listen, I used to travel almost not every week, but I'll say every month. Every month I was on the road. I was either in Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun. That's DraftKings, FanDuel. Back east, New Jersey, we had so many sports books that I would travel to on the Jersey Shore. A lot of these sports books have dried up, or the opportunities have dried up, meaning they've cut me to zero or very little, small limits. So I had a lot of places I used to go to bet sports, and that all stopped. So I'm looking forward to travel. I've been home here in Vegas for many, many months. So I'll get to Florida and hang out with my brother a little bit and get down there, and I'm going to do some traveling and enjoy myself a little bit before March Madness starts up. So I'm definitely going to do that. I just want to go to a warmer climate. We have it's going to be like 75 a couple of days this week, but we've had cold and wind, and it's been just so much colder in Las Vegas than it was previous years. These last 3 years seems like it's been really cold here. So, and then again, I'm getting older. Jeff, I said, when we were kids back east, our mothers used to scream at us, "Get in the house!" And I said, 5 more minutes, Mom, please. And I'm playing on the snowbank with my buddies, and I don't want to miss anything. And now I can't stand 50 degrees. It's just I think we're just getting older. So, but I look forward to it. It should be fun. It's a fun little break in there at some point. I don't know where I'm even going. I'm probably going to Florida for a week or something there. Usually go for longer than that, but I have some commitments here. My Fox show was extended, which I'm really blessed and grateful to that. Yeah, because we end after Super Bowl, but we're going year round now. Sundays, countdown to kickoff, which will turn into countdown to tip off. Sunday morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Vegas time with Jeff Schwartz, former NFL player, and Brian No. And we're going to be doing that year round. So that should be fun. But it's just a Sunday hit. It's fun. I could do that. I have a Comrex machine that I take everywhere with me, and I could do it on the road. So I'm looking forward to that.
Final question in the grab bag this week. Best value place to watch the Super Bowl in Vegas. Now, I saw some price tags for these guys, what they were asking for nosebleed seats, general admission, up front, VIP. You need a second and third mortgage just to sit down and enjoy the game. What do you see, Billy?
It's not fair what they've done to the public, but the public is paying. So I guess if you build it, they will come. Literally at Caesars, they put bleachers up, literally bleachers up right in back of the sports book and back of the bar. And they sell these seats at the bleachers. They sell seats at the bar. They sell seats. Literally, even a 7-star member, which is the highest member card you can have, you cannot sit for free. You have to pay. So every sports book charges you to sit. I think everyone on the Strip. There might be like a little hidden spot there at the Cromwell. If you could, that little boutique hotel, you could sit that little sports book there, which is pretty cool. Maybe you can get in there and find out what the deal is. But yeah, I hate the price gouging. I really hate what's going on here. Price gouging. Years ago, you'd walk up to the sports book, you throw your newspapers down, you throw your jacket down, you go out to the pool for 3 hours, come back, your jacket, your papers there waiting for you, everything's fine. If you do that now, they might call Metro and try to throw you in jail. It's unbelievable. So South Point's having some free parties. I'm not going, but you're asking me where to go. South Point's having free parties in the ballroom. They have a betting kiosk, and I recommend the South Point. It's a local place, but it is on the Strip. It's a little away from the big casinos. It's a fun time with the locals. You get line sets there. Oh, by the way, you get 105 juice on the Super Bowl. Who's giving you that? Minus 105 on both sides. I love those guys down there. They're good to me, and it's one of my favorite places in town. Great food, great drinks, great people. South Point's my choice for sure.
100%. Jimmy Vaccaro, Chris Andrews, the hot dog cart, a million restaurants in there, second to none. I 100% endorse that there, Billy. Scroll has been going the whole time. Everyone knows, of course, on Twitter to find you at Bill Crackman. But as we always wrap up this segment, Billy, tell them about the rest of your shows this week, where they can find your app, and anything else you might have this week, Billy. This
week we're doing something unique on Wednesday. We're having a live show where people can call in. So my podcast is going to be done live. Don't ask me how it's going to be done. I'll put it out on Twitter. I don't know how it's being filmed, the platforms, how it works like that. I've never really done a live show. So we're looking forward to that on Wednesday. I'll be posting that at Bill Crackman on Twitter. And also you could find me on Instagram and TikTok under at Crackwins with a K. Again, my Fox Sports Radio show on the weekends, nationwide, 500 networks. And also on YouTube, I'll put up the show when it's filmed. And I'll be doing hits all over. I have shows scheduled literally coast to coast. I have shows scheduled this week. So I'm sure I'll be putting them up on Twitter, a couple of them, so people can listen to me. And yeah, we should have some fun. Billy, have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Love you to death. Get some rest if you can, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you, Jeff, and thanks to the people that are watching. Thank you very much. See you. Thank you, Billy. Bill Krackomberger, go follow him at Bill Crackman, at Crackwins, and you can catch him all over social media. I think Thursdays, of course, with Gil Alexander on VSiN. The kickoff show, on Fox Sports Radio. He's everywhere. He's a legend. He's the best in the business. We're blessed and honored to have him every Monday to start the week. God willing, we're going to work something out to see if we can keep this thing going. Maybe it sounds like Billy's going to have a couple weeks off in February, and hopefully we can jumpstart this at the start of March. But anyways, stay tuned. We're going to do a couple quick commercial breaks, and then we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned.
Jared, hey, we're gonna need you to tone it down with the Summer Friday thing, okay?
What are you talking about?
Well, for one, it's not summer anymore.
Oh, really?
Coconut. Also, who is this?
I'm the caddy.
Oh, he's my intern.
Sorry, intern. I'm his intern.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
No golfing in the office, okay? Summer Fridays are over. You can keep the Hawaiian shirt, but the rest of this stuff, all right? Are you grilling?
Oh, yeah. Did you want a burger or a hot dog?
No, grilling in the office.
That's a good point. We should take this outside.
No, that don't. You put that right back down.
Yo, it's all in the hips.
Oh, dude, come on, we gotta go. Let's go.
ECSI fans, you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all your sports books and track all your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You could also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as it's the best account on the platform. Head to App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire and download the app. Oh, what a way to start the week, man. I love my Monday mornings. Bill Krackomberger at Crack Wins, at Bill Krackomberger. It's been a hell of a football season. You know, I talked to Billy a lot and came up with the Korn Flakes and Crack, and an amazing football year. I remember starting just after Labor Day, and here we are, February 3rd, and I'm like, where the hell is the time gone? Life gets busy, and someone like Billy is getting pulled from all different angles, and it's hard, you know, when, especially for someone like ourselves here, when you're competing with corporate America, the Fox Sports Radios, the BetMGMs, and here's Jeff Dawson at East Coast Sports Investors. Yes, 10 years of service. Yes, we are unique. Yes, we are the 1% of the 1%. We have some great guests throughout the weekend. It's real nice when I turn on Sports Grid last night and I see Ron Marmolevsky, or Saturday night and I see Bill Krackomberger. I see a lot of our guests on Sports Grid and other spots. Good friend and colleague, Mr. Bernie Prado, on Fox Sports Radio, that reaches back and forth. The list is endless, but the football season is coming to an end. That doesn't mean we stop, of course. Then March Madness is right around the corner with the conference championships, spring training, pitches and catches reporting. The first pitch in baseball at the end of March, start of April, 2 weeks after the Masters, the Final Four, and then we'll be talking the first Saturday in May, the Kentucky Derby. There'll be NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. So the list is endless, and we don't stop here. As Richard Poplar says, keep Bill K around year round. You both are a great team. We are an amazing team. Billy is a great friend of mine. We're going to do everything in our power. Maybe a couple of weeks off, well deserved. But we're going to do our best to keep the show going. 5 p.m., the closing bell. Re-entry Monday with none other than Riley Magnuson. Luka to the Lakers. I got a mouthful to say on that one. I applaud Dallas. I really do. They basically got in front of the horse. 25-year-old, overweight, out of shape. and going to be owed $335 million real soon. They said, nah, not on our watch. We'll let someone else take care of that. And that will be the Lakers moving forward there. Justin Tucker, sounds like a Deshaun Watson part 2. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff going on, but we hope to keep you enlightened. Again, shout out to Richard Poplis, Amber Hawley, Emil and Danny, Mr. Lucky, Dr. Lance. The list is endless from all over the world watching this show. So everyone, I want everyone to have a great morning, and stay tuned. And we'll see you back here at 5 o'clock. See you soon.